We're late for a very important date. Apologies. Unless you're watching the VOD, in which case I revoke my apology.
You don't deserve an apology.
You're fine. The VOD started as soon as you clicked on it. If it didn't, that's up to YouTube. Don't bother.
Yeah. Should have been there live. VOD watchers.
Oh man, there's another playlist with the same chick.
Oh god, that one pic. I wonder who that chick is.
I don't know.
Looks like a picture that was just snagged on Facebook and then used for thumbnails for lo-fi.
The fate of all thoughts.
Yeah, right. Hey, Eric Lowry.
Hey.
Always very quick to pop into chat.
We were just talking about there was this this playlist I clicked on to listen to, just like some music thing or whatever. Just curious what it was because it had an interesting name, and the name to me didn't seem like anything sad. I just thought it was like
Interesting.
I thought it was like some sci-fi shit. You know, I don't know why.
Well, you've been listening to a lot of sci-fi themed lo-fi stuff.
I guess so. Well, not really.
It makes sense for you to kind of be in that headspace.
The echo jams.
Yes.
Whatever. I was listening to some like vaporwave.
That's sci-fi.
I wouldn't recommend vaporwave necessarily, but it was the video is called "They Moved On Too Fast: Escape Reality" with this playlist, and the picture is like some chick on like an empty street, and my thinking.
Looks all dark and mysterious, and she's just kind of glaring at you.
Oh, Trinity. My thinking wasn't that it was like everybody was like everybody was like really sad in the comments talking about their breakups and stuff. What was the item? Nothing too super exciting.
Alright, you want to go hang out in Winnie the Pooh land? Or do
In
you
contrast
wanna
to
finish-
my optimism, I thought this said existential crisis. Like
Oh,
it's
no,
like
I'm seeing it everywhere.
this way. That's the place for me.
Towards
No.
my existential crisis, yes. Chest.
Yes. Indeed. Can I have a camera? Oh. Do I just like hop in the water? In the Wasser? So this game isn't a big fan of the hopping out of water. Or upper body strength. Oh, there's a chest on top of the house. Interesting.
That is interesting. There must be some sort of trinity to get up there.
Please have all existential crisis in the existential crisis zone. Oh, so if I fall in the water there, I'm in big trouble. I gotta go all the way up, do the jumping puzzle again. Ripperoni pepperonis. That's okay. I gained some valuable intel. There's something on the house.
Yes, yes.
Worth the trip.
Alright, so do you want to finish Traverse Town, or do you want to go to Winnie the Pooh land?
Let's go to Winnie the Pooh land.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Goodness, Gertie, you are just too cute.
So yeah, I didn't take it as a breakup thing at all. My thinking as soon as I saw it was like, oh, so escape reality. I was thinking, oh, everyone's into VR, right? Except for you and this hot chick. And you're walking around an empty city and there's no traffic because, you know, there's everybody's in VR except for you. So it's great. No traffic. Oh, I guess this probably Winnie the Pooh will teach me the secret arts of knocking over boxes or something.
Oh, yes, Winnie the Pooh is a master at doing that.
Yeah.
So surely he could train you.
And like, the chick looks like trouble, right? So I was thinking like, I was immediately thinking some like, you know,
She's up to no good.
yeah, some kind of like bad girl story. I was thinking like, oh, like she's trying to like Fight Club or something. Just like she's trying to quit cigarettes and she just can't get her mind off them, so you got to distract her with your pee. Oh, yeah.
So?
Some suck. She has an oral fixation, and the only cure is you. And then everyone in the comments was like, I can't even remember her face anymore, but I'm so sad. And I was like, oh, wow, okay.
And then meanwhile, you have like such a optimistic comment. Man, I'm just getting all these ideas for cool sci-fi.
Why bookie? No worky book.
I don't know, go talk to Merlin again.
Mer make book.
Yeah, there it is. It's because you didn't do a save state. You did a regular save.
You're an actual state.
Now you have to do the dialogue again.
It's okay.
Eric Larry in quotes, you can't fix her.
I was also super excited reading about stuff to spend my XP on for vampires. I've decided to go all into Auspex as we continue to level up. At 5 dots, you can astral project. Fuck.
Nice.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, stupid bitch. Beat the shit out of you. So... I think my first goal should be getting a cool Keyblade. I'm like... I got, like, the ugliest fucking Keyblade options here. How did this... Why is it like this? This game sucks. Kingdom Hearts 2, you immediately get cool Keyblades. Well,
yeah, they tried to fix that problem, I suppose.
I got that Jungle King. This sucks dick. Just give me the regular one, I guess. Alright. Not that the regular one isn't nice looking, it's just...
I'm sure the Winnie the Pooh one will look the best.
And in the second game, you have all these different forms you transform into, and then you dual wield, and you pick the Keyblades for the form, so you can do the cool Keyblades when you're transformed.
Hey, Love to Draw says, who is Sora's favorite pop star? Alicia Keys! Ba-dum-dum-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
Alright. Settle down over there.
He's just staring at
Gurgi's like, how dare you?
He just looks at me sometimes while I'm petting him. Just like taking it all in. Like, yes. Pet. Keep pet. Good pet. He gives me his little moans. Let's go! Or not. What are you looking for, secrets?
I don't know.
Can't fool me, Miyazaki. It's Winnie the Pooh. He's in this game? What?
Think.
I've thought of the greatest
Nothing. I
greatest climax for the campaign.
was thinking of how to say goodbye.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Pooh?
Yes.
Very exciting.
Wait a second. You're Pooh?
It's not really. Yeah, it's not really a spoiler. I'll just.
For short.
It's time to do.
I mean, it's a spoiler, but I just thought it would be.
Sora.
Oh, so sorry for my clangy chair.
Have you come
It
to say goodbye to
Gurgi will not forgive me, but
Well,
you might.
no. How would I know
Um,
that? We've only just met.
because everyone's gone away?
What do you mean?
Well, we all lived here in the 100-acre wood, and we'd take walks together, or play pool sticks. And every day, I'd eat some honey. Of just one small smackerel would taste very quick right now. But now, everyone is gone. All my friends, and my favorite honey tree too. Everyone must have gone away while I was napping, I think.
Yeah, that's really happy. Why don't you go
So
look for
who
them?
knows? Maybe I shall end up going away somewhere as well. But I wonder, how do I say goodbye to myself? Think. Oh,
Yeah, it's
Sora's just like having none of his bullshit.
Ew, bees.
Oh god, the bees!
Does anyone remember the Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby game? I had Trisha play it once, just like for the memes. There was this game that was released on like, God, it was like Yahoo or something. It was Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby, and it was so hard they took it down.
Oh wow.
It was only up in the Japanese version of the site, and so everyone was playing Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby on like. There's a million memes of it too. There's all these like memes of like Christopher Robin with the glowing eyes and
It's
shit.
like a browser game?
Yeah, I had you play it once, and you actually hit. I think you actually you hit the ball once, which was astonishing.
Fantastic.
We were playing it, and like Trisha was like, she messed around on the menu, and then she found like a stat screen, and we had skill points, and I was like, holy shit, this was an RPG the whole time.
No wonder people couldn't beat it.
Yeah, like no wonder it was so hard. Is that like
You're supposed to grind.
Yeah, you're supposed to spend your skill points. Oh, oopsies. I had no idea. This is like the worst isekai. Imagine dying, getting reincarnated, and you're stuck in the 100-acre wood.
You have to listen to like. With Pooh?
To listen to this like goddamn moron talk about honey spelled wrong, and even though you can't see the subtitles, you know he's spelling it wrong. This is stupid. Am I supposed to be here?
I thought you were supposed to. Oh, there you go.
I don't know if it'll be the climax of the campaign, but I think what I want to set up is that there's going to be, although obviously I can't really like make anything happen as the DM. You just kind of like can set up things that could happen. But something I'm going to set up that could happen. I thought something came out of the pot, but I think it was just my foot clipping through. Something I'm going to set up that could happen
There's Owl.
is his name really Owl?
As far as I know.
Oh, bother. There's no more honey left. If only the honey tree would visit.
Anyway, so there's an insane Sumisi who's got the that's the flesh shaping vampire, where they like change people into horrible flesh monsters with horns and like extra ears and whatever. Instead of that, he's going to. There are some Sumisis that are like, oh, I want to become more beautiful, etc., and then they like they make themselves like look normal sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit more normal people.
However, I think this guy's gonna have a fucked up sense of what is beautiful, and he's going to be like obsessed with anime, specifically Yu-Gi-Oh. Wow. Or Anyway. Anyway, there's going to be a launch party for Music to Dance by Dual Revolution. And I had some ideas for that. Being like the equivalent of like a vampire ball.
Even in Vampires the Masquerade, there's a prom episode.
Oh, I didn't post it in the thingy.
Yes, you always gotta let people know when we're going live. Otherwise, how are they supposed to know? Through notifications?
Bink, bonk, bink, Bink. It's like Bink dash Bink, right? Bink, Bink. Bink, bonk. Right? Bink, Bink, bonk. Bink, 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 bonk. Yeah. That's about right.
Bing bonk, bing bing, bing bonk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I think musically that's well informed. Okay. Sora. Oh, what's it? What's this? Oh.
It looks like shit.
Okay, well, you know what?
Alright, Ethan. I think you're supposed to find characters and then go talk to them.
I think I would rather get the fuck out of Winnie the Pooh land.
Are you sure you don't want me to look at the walkthrough?
I am. Fuck Winnie the Pooh. His world sucks.
Oh, Adam.
Hey, notification gang over there. Left the draws on the notifications.
Yep. Alright. Well,
Practice magic.
ooh, so that's how you get up there.
Alright, Merlin. Oop.
Alright, Merlin. Ready to get fucked up? Ready for Sora to make you his bitch?
So... So the whole point of this thing is that you can cast magic without spending any mana. There's no combo for Thunder, huh? Heal comes out pretty fast, but it's not crazy. Oh, that's a question. Oh, it won't let me use Sonic, though. Which is really what I would want to practice. Oh, it's like a shotgun in this.
So cute.
Just keep shooting. Okay. Hey, Neaver. What's going on? There's not like items up here, is there?
Yeah, you more comfortable over here, buddy? Floor was no good. Back to couch.
Okay, now, Traverse Town, I guess. Beat the rest of Traverse Town.
Sure, we can definitely do that. Hey, Gabe the Gen. Welcome to chat. Let's see. Head back to the 3rd district, then go near the electrical wires to the left of the door to the 1st district and past Thunder. Interesting.
Oh, the wires that are broken?
Yeah. This will activate the Gizmo shop in the 2nd district.
Oh, interesting. Is that Chip and Dale? Or are they already on my ship?
Sure.
You overdid it yesterday and now you're suffering for it? Mr. Ashthorn? How'd that happen? What did you overdo?
The only thing I've overdone today is being awake. It's a rainy
you shoot
day,
them?
and I
There you
plan
are.
to be awake during
What's
rainy
going on?
days.
Is it actually him, or am I hallucinating?
It's actually him.
cut it out.
I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
I hope not. Took forever to find you.
Riku.
And then he's just gonna like
Wait a
stab
second.
him.
Where's Kyler?
Isn't she with you? Well,
No.
don't worry. I'm sure she made it off the island too. We're finally free. Hey, she might even be looking for us now. We'll all be together again soon. Don't worry. Just leave everything to me. I know this.
The anime pose and everything.
Leave it to who?
Sora, what did you...
That's right. I went
I've
through
been looking for
puberty.
you, and Kyrie too, with their help.
Did you say puberty?
Who are they?
We visited so many places in the world looking for you.
Really? Well, what do you know? I never would have guessed.
Oh, and guess what? Sora's the Keyblade Master.
What's that mean?
So, this is
Oh, hey,
called a
Gabe.
Keyblade?
Huh? Hey, give it back.
No, big brother. Stop
Shut up.
teasing me.
Whoa,
Get
Okay.
better gloves.
so you're coming with us, right? We've got this awesome rocket. Wait till you see it. What? Oh, come on. He's my friend.
Oh, he's gone.
Riku? Nice going. Oh well. At least he's okay.
It's not suspicious at all.
Maybe we'll run
Yeah.
into Kyrie soon too.
I love
That's-
the girl says activity. Your boy's still anemic as fuck.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's like a really cool condition to have, though. You know what I mean?
It's really cool. There you go.
No, you know what I mean? Like, that's a...
Yeah, I do kind of know what you mean, though.
It's like, nah, baby, I'm a sick-ass, sexy vampire. That's what I am. I've had Thunder for a while, I just didn't realize.
Just got a little suck. That's what happened. Now anemic. Okay, so once you activate the Gizmo shop in the second district, you head there. You defeat the Heartless and head to the upgrade level and stand on all 3 switches.
Yeah, it's like I could see, like, you know, obviously being anemic is not like an advantage necessarily, like it's not like a good thing to have, but it is a sexy disability. You know what I mean? It's like it's
there
not
are worse disabilities to have for sure.
it's not like I have crippling like ass explosions. Like, my penis is so small, it's a singularity that crushes my internal organs occasionally. Just,
Alright, so you gotta head towards the Gizmo shop.
that would be a not good, condition to have. Uh-oh.
Guys, ever heard of Maleficent?
Fuck yeah,
She
coolest
was
Disney
in this
villain.
Disney movie.
The coolest! She's in town?
A
Dude,
witch, man. She's a witch.
she's not a witch, but that's okay.
Don't take it lightly. She's been using the Heartless for years.
She's a fairy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is a dark fairy.
Although, like, in Celtic mythology, they call way too many different things fairies.
In
At
the
least-
movie, they like insult her by calling her a witch. But,
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine someone's like, he's a stupid faggot, and then like later in the adaptation of your life, they're like, yeah, he's a
He
yeah,
is a that's
yeah, that's what
true.
he is. Yeah,
It was fact.
that was what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in your like bio entry in the game adaptation, they're like they show your stats and then they're like, oh, technical classification. It's like, oh wow, that's like the sickest burn you could possibly deliver. Is later in Kingdom Hearts when they do a Final Fantasy mashup of your classic fairy tale, Maleficent's over there and her like buried in like a ring of mushrooms or wherever. It's just like spinning in her grave.
You see, it's just as I told you. While you toiled away trying to find your dear friend, he quite simply replaced you with some new companions.
I mean, he
Evidently.
very clearly wanted
Now
you to
he
join them.
values them far more than he does you.
And you just
You're
kind of
better
left.
off without that wretched boy. Now think no more of him and come with me. I'll help you find what you're searching for.
When I was little, it always bothered me that she didn't have any hair.
Mm. Well, I always like imagined it being like tucked underneath the horns. Like she, like as a hat, she just takes off and then all the hair just comes furling down.
Right, right. That's what I kind of assumed, but Boo. A box I can't open?
I know.
Things I can't jump on? This is like reverse ASMR the room. Oh.
Well, you can jump on there, I suppose.
Yeah. Anemia has like a very like ancient, like old school noble vibe to it. You know? Although it seems like if you grab that as a trait, you should also get like, you know, more it's like Vampires the Masquerade, you get like a negative trait, you should be getting like good stuff. Like min-maxing for more magic casting or something by lowering your stamina or whatever. From like a storytelling perspective, it seems like a really convenient thing to just attach to a character that you don't intend to be physical anyway. Tragically, I'm sure in real life they don't. Unless you're living in a manhwa, an isekai manhwa, you don't have the status window. I was like popping open a bunch of first pages of different isekais, and the status window pops up like very soon. So one of them was like after defeating the Demon Lord, I was given the status window. It's like
Okay.
like it's so valued. UI.
I just appreciate that they defeat the demons.
Imagine being like the UI the UI designer for these super overpowered people, and it's like the text isn't very easy to hear, easy to read, and it's like, I'm sorry, ultra powerful Mary Sue character, don't kill me. Don't misconstrue whatever I'm saying as me bullying you, and then use that as a excuse to enact some kind of psychopath revenge on me. Some of those manhwa characters are like turbo unhinged with their treatment of bullies, quote unquote.
Oh yeah. I've noticed that in other writing too. Where it's just like some sort of revenge fantasy and not really a story element.
You want to play for a minute?
Oh yeah? Like I know where to go?
Well, you have the guide, don't you?
Well, I don't understand anything in the guide. I haven't been playing this whole time. This is small house. I don't know how to do combat. Well, that's how you roll. Figure that much out. I can't even read the bottom because it's blocked by the microphone. Alright, that's the accessory shop. Where's the gizmo shop? Items? What's up, Sid?
Then you got fucked up already. Alright, a professional's behind the wheel now.
Hey, Kazmash. Lay down.
Gout was once fashionable? Really? Doesn't gout imply that you have like a weight problem though? It's like a joint thing that happens.
Well, it's from like eating certain foods, like really fatty foods, like liver and stuff, and you're not like exercising it off.
I know like King of the Hill had this whole thing about like organ meat being the cause of gout. I don't know that that's... There's a lot of vitamins in organ meats, and they're very nutrient dense. I don't actually know.
What's a big part about the big part is that like if you're in shape, obviously it won't happen. But you know, I guess if you're like a rich guy who like doesn't have to move around a lot and instead like just eats up whatever food they want, and you get gout, it's like a flex. But too much beef and wine.
A big tournament is being held somewhere? Oh, can I Trinity here? No. Slightly raises max AP. Yeah, let's take that. I have like some extra equipment I could probably... Oh, that's good, okay. Just fire damage. Raises max AP and defense. Let's... Fuck it, we'll do... Difference one. So that I can equip this.
Slap shot.
I just equip everything. Perfect. Wunderbar. Too much beef and wine causes gout. Beef isn't like... Well, I guess it depends on the time period, right? Chicken at some point was like really high status.
But it's so easy to like raise chickens and then get a bunch of meat.
Yeah, but typically...
See, like if you kill a cow, it it means a lot more because you could have kept the cow alive to keep on producing milk, right?
Yes, but sometimes...
So it's like a complex that you don't need
But
to know.
but sometimes a bull is born,
Yes.
and then there's nothing you use that for besides.
Breeding.
Yeah, or yeah, you just castrate them, and then once they get old enough, you just kill them and eat them. Although there's also like, you could use it as like a beast of burden, right? It's like pulling a plow or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Takes a little effort though.
Let me see. Activate the gizmo show in the second district. Head there, defeat the Heartless, and head to the upper level. Stand on all 3 switches.
Hotel. This is second district, or is this the first district? That's the first district. I'm in the second district then. It's at like one end of the place. I'll just like scoot by.
I wish it would tell you at like the top of the screen every now and then what district you're in.
What's this? Third district. You know, an ad block for Android phones. So, wait, Dalmatian's house? What? Let me in.
Return your Dalmatians.
Oh, Dalmatians. I use a browser that's like the ad block browser.
I got your puppies.
I got a shit ton of them. You locked them all in boxes, dude. I don't know why they're not even alive. Oh no, I use the Brave browser now, but I had an ad block browser. They both work to block ads on YouTube, though.
So there are like 25 boxes in total, and you gotta return all of the 100 Dalmatians.
Every time I open a chest, it gives me like 4, so...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a gift! That's so nice!
Those are all gummy ship parts.
You're so grateful. Oh, they got the piano. Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil.
They won't let me swing my weapons. Oh, it's a little Dalmatian behind there. Swat.
Get squashed on. Alright, this is cute.
Cooking with cast iron apparently raises your iron levels.
I imagine that like all these rooms would be filled after you found them all.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what this is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's honestly
That's a cute idea.
super adorable.
Yeah. I dig
And
it.
yeah, that's really just a cute thing that's totally
That
not
makes me
necessary.
want to collect all of the Dalmatians for sure.
Dalmatian's Den?
Oh, this is where you would watch the cartoon that the Dalmatians watch in the show, or in the movie. Yeah, he's right up against the
Oh.
TV.
In Disney World, there was this restaurant called Tony's. Yeah.
Yes.
And we saw it. It still had the TV, but like it was like the sad sight of all these kids were on their tablets and stuff. And there's like, I don't know. I saw a little kid who was like, "Oh, Mom, there's a TV," or whatever, and the mom makes his face like, "No, don't go over to the TV. Don't sit on that carpet. It's dirty."
Yeah.
And the kid's like upset, but he wants to like. There's a little carpet, not like this. There was a little carpet in front of the TV, and there's like they even have like a little this dog like as an attachment on the TV
Aww.
that is looking at the cartoons. And when I was little, all the kids waiting for their table would sit in front of the TV and watch the cartoons.
Yeah.
And you've got these very metropolitan parents that are like
Raised by boomers.
raised by boomers who are like, no, don't look at the TV or something. I don't know. It was weird. There was like one kid that was, you know, it's not everybody, but like there was a couple kids that were like happy and watching cartoons, and they were like, grandma's on vacation with them, and they're like, "Look, Grandma, it's like a TV from when you were around." And the grandma's like, "Yeah, you know what that is?" They're like, "Yeah, it's a TV, Grandma." Duh, I know what
Fucking
TV is.
idiot.
Fucking retard. But
Oh, what a cute little section.
and then in the back of Tony's, there was this movie theater. You could watch cartoons on, like the old Disney cartoons. And I remember, like, Trisha early on was like, "Oh, have you ever seen this cartoon?" And I was like, "Yes, I have. In fact, tips Fedora, I'm an expert. I watched this cartoon in a movie theater, in the back of Tony's." And then,
Nani?
and then it was just like a
Water.
waterfall. It just flooded the whole room. We had to get scuba gear. She was so impressed.
Are we going the right way?
No. No, we're lost.
You're so calm about it, though.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, we're lost.
Sounds like a bad TV show raised by boomers. Can't access the live chat on the Brave browser.
I don't think that's true, because I use Brave and I can certainly access it.
It's got like second district.
Hey, yes.
We'll test that theory.
Alright. Gizmo shop.
GamePhans. Look at that, we're live. Yes, that's me talking on my own phone.
But you have Brave on your phone?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't look like the chat is here. It's just us and then that chick from that playlist. Okay. Wait a second, what did that say? Seems to be a big bell above the Gizmo shop. If only I could look up.
Ooh, up, ooh. Yes. That would be very helpful. All the signs are just a little bit... Hotel.
Maybe that church is a Gizmo shop?
Maybe, anyways. We'll find out. Yeah, there we go. There's the Gizmo shop. We really should put a sign on there. Alright. Defeat the Heartless and head to the upper level. Stand on all 3 switches.
Am I supposed to be like timing Sonic Cut to be like better? Yeah, there were still some like happy families at that like waiting room. It was a lot different. Like there was just less like wholesome families, like
Yeah.
happy people just like playing around with the stuff.
I really hate seeing like bitter families going to on vacation with it's like you're supposed to be making memories there,
Yeah.
and you're spending the whole time like on your phone and sulking. It's like everything's too expensive. So, well, why didn't you save up enough money for a vacation? And look, I'm saying this as a type of person who doesn't want to be stuck buying a $100 plus magical wand at Universal.
Oh yeah.
But
No,
if my kid
$100.
wants
Come on, $100. let's be real. It's not $100. It's not $100. It's $600.
The lowest one was like $100, which is still ridiculous. But
The $100 wand. If you can find the $100 wand, you really looked for it.
the $600 was like the Elder Wand or whatever.
That was all. Yeah, it was the Elder Wand, but it was Harry's wand, it was Hermione's wand, it's all the characters that everybody cares about. It's all the real characters. It's like
You can get the generic wand for this.
if you want to jump down to Sirius Black, it's $300. Everybody else anyone knows is you want the black girl's wand? $600. You want the Asian girl's wand? $600.
Build your own wand. Hey, now you're thinking.
They might
That'll
have.
be $1,000.
This fucking button's not working.
in Nintendo Land or Super Mario World or whatever the new edition Universal's got now, they have the wristbands for interacting. I don't know how much those cost, but I hope less than the wands. You know what would be like the ultimate pro strat though? Is if you go to Universal, you like buy the wand ahead of time. You buy it like for cheap on eBay or something from someone who doesn't need that wand anymore because they're never going back to Universal. And then you pretend to buy it at the wand shop for your child. Then they'll be like, oh, it's the official wand. Yes, it's good now. But little do they know, you got the cheap one.
There's also other deals you can get. There's like, I think Joseph Choi knows all the ins and outs of this, but there's like, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 I'm just going to play on regular difficulty, because this is actually not that fun.
Gotcha.
Usually I like the,
There's a lot of heartless, goddamn.
this is happening forever? Do I?
It's probably gonna be spawning forever. You probably just have to go and press all the switches.
There was a switch I saw, there was over in this corner then. Oh, but I can't jump on that because they say so? Okay.
Another pro strat is that you go to the Lost and Found and say that you lost a wand and just
Jesus
get one for
fucking
free.
Christ.
Chaos Smash says proud mode is for masochists.
Yeah, this is actually not enjoyable. Like, you just have to. I know I'm not like a fucking genius figuring this out for the first time, but you really are just pressing buttons like too much. Like you're just pressing the same button over and over and over again. There's like no complexity to this. It's just like hoping that the game will snap you onto the target and that you'll hit them enough times. This should never be played on hard. this is way too poorly designed. There's no like depth of mechanics. It's just pretty characters that you like. I was a fool. I should not have played this on hard.
Can you switch to the difficult?
No.
Oh.
I could turn on cheats, but it's fine. When I'm done, I'll be like, oh my god, I beat this on proud mode. Can I have my official fedora and trench coat? And then everyone will think I'm really cool, and my girlfriend will just like soaked. It'll just be a flood in here. You'll have to stream in scuba gear. It'll be so impressive. I'll go apply for a job and I'll be like, I beat proud mode on Kingdom Hearts 1.
And then they're like, oh my god, please, take all our money.
Please. You're so powerful. I can't believe that you're so powerful at just level 1. This presence. Your aura.
What is this spiritual pressure?
Okay, switch, and then the switch is over there. Okay. Now what does that actually do? While we're on controversial takes, I think if you have to memorize the patterns of a boss is no good. I think you should ideally have a game where you could... I have to be out of combat, I guess. Oh, here, I'll Sonic cut. Blast. Okay. Ideally, you should be able to react to everything, right? Clock is stuck at 6.
Hey, you got some postcards.
But
You pressed all the switches?
I did.
Excellent.
What does it want me to do now?
Alright, so you've received 2 postcards. Take the exit to the left of the clock. Go up the ladder right next to the entrance. Fight Heartless and ring bell 3 times.
Okay, next to the clock, I guess this is the clock. How many times are you going to die to Sephiroth in this game? I suppose a lot. I do want to beat Sephiroth. But
Go up the
I'll
ladder right next to the entrance.
I'll probably level up enough that it won't really matter. I mean, there's... Yeah, I don't know.
So you gotta fight these guys and then ring the bell 3 times.
The bell?
Yeah, it just says ring bell 3 times.
Oh, that's a bell. Okay.
There we go. Now you gotta Notre Dame it.
So that's summon Heartless, and then I have to do it again and summon more Heartless.
Oh, there we go.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Dun, 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 dun. What scene is this? Am I turning it? Oh, it's trees, so... Oh, okay. We did.
Butterfly.
Yes.
Hey.
From my favorite Disney movie, Snow Butterfly.
Think you mean tan butterfly? You bigot.
Yeah.
Alright. So you can save, stock up on potions, and head to the 2nd district for a boss battle if you'd like.
Sure.
Or it's boss battle. Let's go.
An exciting development. Let me go ahead and save Statu.
Good idea.
Let's hit him with one of these. Sonic.
Chaos Smash has a prediction that says, I'm going to say 134 times you'll die for old Seth.
Did I do something wrong?
I think you fucked him up.
Okay. Is he
Oh.
putting his feet on his hands?
Okay.
He's a crab now?
I guess so. Hands for feet mode. Yeah, I guess so.
Unstoppable. Oh. Well. Oh. They moved the save state somewhere. Okay.
Alright, let's go.
No? Okay.
Alright, pop down a nice save.
I think probably the truth is that I should not use the thing in the first phase, but it's okay. I'll if I have like a magic restore thing, I'll use it here. So I think you're invincible while you're raving. Okay, let's save myself more of the cutscene. What do we got? Either? Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So then... Rave? Well, do that, because I have to. Okay. So what's the deal with Rave? It just doesn't work when it doesn't feel like it? Okay. So heal instead. You know, I'll just load, because that's pointless. I just wasted potions. I don't know, travel by dodge roll is the solution there. Maybe be behind him when he starts. Okay, I'll just load. What save slot is this? 6? Let's get that on 6. Okay. Start over. No need to bother. Good block, Goofy. Okay. Yeah, like he just turns around and attacks backwards sometimes. Especially at the start. I don't know what he's locking onto. There's no option to never lock on. You can just... Or maybe there is an option. But you can't use it in combat. That'd be too powerful. That's cool. Alright, I guess I'll save here.
Hey, your honeydew. Welcome to chat. We're playing some Kingdom Hearts. Finishing out this boss right here. He's a big dum-dum. And he's about to get slammed. And welcome to the jam.
I'll save here too.
Or it says, quite the Exodia-looking fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I can Sonic now.
Got it. That's a good thing you saved.
Yep.
Our honeydew says, looks like Vera has turned on her creator. Has turned on her creator. Better infliction of the voice.
Infliction.
Action.
He's like holding onto his feet to shoot his torso at me. So, someone once told me, someone who's not very smart.
Somebody.
Yes. No. Someone once told me, and this person who's not very smart, told me that Japanese people love drills. And I think his entire evidence for that was Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Is there a greater propensity of drills than just Gurren Lagann?
It's a good question. Let's see if I can find more drill anime. You know, as you can well imagine, the very first thing that pops up when I type in drill anime is in fact Gurren Lagann. I think that alone is enough of a confirmation that yes, it is only Gurren Lagann that has this fascination with drill power. Spiral energy!
Because I was saying how it was funny that like one of the Godzilla monsters had a drill, and this guy was like, being Chinese, he was an expert on all things Japanese, of course.
Yeah, right. Oh, Gabe the Gen says, well, there's also Namco's Dig Dug and Mr. Driller series of games.
But
I think
those
they're ripping off of Gurren Lagann.
those sound like they're construction themed anime. Which
Yeah. Construction theme is different. For sure.
Is it this one? Yeah, dodging is... Just walking sideways is better for avoiding that.
Oh, Love to Draw mentions Megalon. The one Godzilla monster with the drill.
I don't think it was him though. It might have been Mechagodzilla? Or was it Ultraman? One of them had like a random drill attachment. Like drill pecs or something.
Both Dig
see.
Dug and Mr. Driller existed before Gurren Lagann. Well, I guess they must have time traveled. Never, we're talking about drill anime. And if the only actual drill anime is Gurren Lagann, or if it is, like, actually a genre in anime. And I say, it's probably just Gurren Lagann.
I had a friend who was Chinese and therefore professed to be an expert in all things Japanese. I think the Japanese would generally contest his argument.
I think they would very much dislike that this Chinese man was saying such a thing.
Man is also very generous.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah. He was saying that Japanese people fucking love drills. And I was like, I don't know, man. I've watched probably more anime than you, which makes me probably a better expert than you. Had he been actually Japanese, I would say that he could consult his blood memory, but he was not. Tech boost? Boost learned?
And Gabe the Gen also agrees that Japan does not have a fascination of drills.
Muguira.
Hey,
This-
Cryohazard! Welcome to the chat.
I've never seen this guy before, but it's this is a whole like drill Godzilla character.
Yeah.
My thinking when I saw it was just that it's easy to do a drill in like practical effects because you could literally have a drill.
Yeah.
Whereas like some stuff like saws and things, like Gigan's chest, I think the buzzsaw thing is like difficult.
Yeah, Cryohazard suggests make a ripoff of Chainsaw Man called Drill Man. I'm sure that's going to be somewhere in Chainsaw Man Part 2. I didn't like your singing.
Everyone's a critic. I think there's definitely like a Japanese fascination with like mecha. I don't really see the drill thing.
There's a fascination with tentacles.
Calm down. I don't think that's true either.
Yeah, Aura Honeydew says, if anything Japanese people love, it's booba. And butter. Chaos Mashing, Tech Boost is an experience boost for tech points. Oh, sorry, did you need me to walk through what you do next?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a boss battle. Upon your victory, you will receive the magic spell Arrow, which is probably the most helpful spell in the game. You will also receive the Navi G Gummy Block that will allow you to travel to new worlds. Lock the keyhole, and Traverse Town is done. Do whatever item searching and exploring you want, then head back to the 3rd District and talk to Sid in the small house. He'll explain that you need another Navi G for it to work. Head to the world exit and make a choice. There is a tournament available at the Coliseum, or you can fly into one of the warp holes to get to the new world. There you have it.
Do the Coliseum, I guess. Fuck. Small house. That's the guy. Oh, that's Merlin. Fuck is that guy's house?
Asking the wrong girl. I hardly ever look up from my laptop.
Found it.
Yay!
Give me your keyblade.
Did he give it to you?
No.
Bitch! Hey, Joseph Choi.
Hey.
Says, good evening, everyone. I'm trying to repair a busted water main, so I won't be chatting much, but I'm here. Good luck. Doing your manly duty, I see.
Yeah. I gotta learn those kinds of skills.
Yeah.
Whenever something breaks, I'm like, alright, let's figure out how to fix it. And my dad's like, no, it's impossible. Everything will all die. Every person on this earth will just die if we try to fix it ourselves. It's like, alright.
Not possible.
Guess we'll
Not scientifically possible.
we'll all just die. So goofy.
Alrighty. Love to Draw says, I think you get the Lionheart from a tournament. That should be fun. Joseph Troy says, surely your dad must know that YouTube exists.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So now we leave.
Yep. Head to the world exit and make a choice. I assume you're heading to the tournament.
Tournament being held at the Kaliwali-seum.
You know it.
And then the other choice is like the warp
The
hole.
other choice is the warp hole to get to New World.
Oh, I can warp drive there. Thank God. No more of these gummy missions.
Hyperspace! Man, they really do have this, like, just ready for some Star Wars insert. Or Honeydew says, so is there a way to have the Avengers be in Kingdom Hearts without making them seem incompetent? Like fighting evil is their MO, right? I mean, you could say the same of Hercules, right? He fights monsters and shit, but he's still like, ah, heartless. You guys take care of this.
That's easy enough. Because every world, you just have the heartless enhance whatever the villain is. So you could just do that. I mean, you'd need like competent writing, but then again, if the Japanese side of this is like doing the writing, then yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It will not open. But I'm the Keyblade Master. This opens
is all
everything.
that I do.
All right.
Can literally open hearts, but cannot open a small grid chest.
I feel like the Avengers level should be more difficult, I guess. Okay, let's save state.
Love to Draw says, I feel like an Avengers level would be a lot like the Big Hero 6 level in Kingdom Hearts 3. Interesting. You know, I've never seen the full Big Hero 6 movie. I like tried to watch it at one point, but it just
Sucked so hard.
No, it's not even that it was bad. It just like didn't pull me in, and I really look for something that pulls me in like instantly. Like, oh, soul, you son of a bitch, I'm in, right? But Big Hero 6 was not that for me, so I just never finished it. But people like to say it's good.
It's kind of cool seeing the green Requiem be an actual problem earlier, but
I think at one point in life, I just kind of got tired of movies not being as good as they were. Just got tired of giving things a chance when I knew that they were never going to reach my high expectations.
yeah.
Aura Honeydew says, you didn't miss much, it played like a pilot for a TV show, which it eventually got in a super cheap 2D art style. Tangled got one too, but at least Tangled felt like a true movie. Fair enough.
Tangled felt like a pilot too.
The Incredibles could have been a pilot, but it worked as a movie. It was a full story. Such a shame what they did with the sequel. They just dropped the ball so hard. We'll be right back.
I died? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, did I not save before the second match? It was so easy, I just... Kingdom Hearts 3 levels why I watched both Tangled and Big Hero 6. It's a solid reason to go explore the related media, I suppose. I'll try out this spell everybody likes, I guess. Alright. I can't remember what it's supposed to do. I guess it doesn't carry on to between rounds. Gergie, relax. Hey. He's like on his back, all like contorted around, swinging his little pawsies around, and whimpering in his sleep. It's just a ridiculous sight of a dog. Very cute though. But get your life together, Gergie. It's just so, it's always so funny to me how active he is when he's sleeping and how like lazy he is in real life. Like if he actually saw a squirrel in the backyard, he probably wouldn't chase it. But in his dreams, he's like getting after those squirrels. It's like it always reminds me of like VR, like people who aren't active in real life but are like super pumped to play like video games or something. Do I have it? I guess not. He was like whimpering and like while he's upside down like that.
Is that in a very funny, twisted position. I still managed to fall asleep. I guess we should have set up dog camp. That's okay.
Next time, I suppose.
Yep, there's always a next time.
Whew. Okay.
Hey, Jamie Rose. Welcome to chat. Look at that. He woke up. Aw, man. Must have backed up pretty hard, huh, buddy? Yeah, go stretch it out. That Joseph Troy says, are you saying Gertie is a high-level warrior dog slaying fools in the Ready Player One universe in his sleep? With his refrigerator?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Incredibles 2 was a mixed bag for me. Yeah, I think the overall plot was kind of nonsensical. Splitting up the family instead of like actually continuing the story that they had already set up from the first movie would have, you know, obviously been better. I think the redeeming factors about Incredibles 2 is I think the villain is interesting. Or, well, not the villain, but, like, the idea behind the villain. Not the actual character. The character sucks. But the idea of someone who uses hypnosis through the screens is like, okay, this could be something. And then the fight scenes in the movie are decent. They're exciting. But the plot is just so... no. It just doesn't do the job that a sequel should do. It splits up the family, and now it's just The Incredibles 1 all over again, but this time Elastigirl is Mr. Incredible. And that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a continuation. I wanted to see a sequel.
What are you, a bigot?
I guess so.
Yeah, it just seems like...
It's just laziness.
It seemed like a lot of people make the... Yeah, this is actually going to be hard. I have to kill these guys. They start the big guys asleep, which is like...
Joseph Troy says, to be fair, Brad Bird Incredibles 2 was supposed to have an extra year of development. I think they needed that.
Yeah, but they were always going to have, like... The Mrs. Incredible be the main character, so that if anyone doesn't like it, then they're afraid to say so, because it's like, oh, what are you, a bigot?
Well, there's also, like, executives on board now that weren't there when Incredibles 1 came out, and now they're saying, oh, you have all these rules about how you treat female characters. And that, having other hands involved in the project is a problem, for sure. But it is true that the first Incredibles, the first movie, had a lot of developmental time to perfect the story. The story of the first Incredibles was completely different during the first draft. But because Disney was willing to put a lot of money into making the movie perfect back then, they were able to perfect the story and make it something good by the time it came out. what I watched, Incredibles 2, that was a lazy draft that was just a copy-paste of the first movie. But worse. Worse than the first movie.
Yeah. I've told the story before, but like my cousin was like,
The first movie was also Giga-based. It kind of was, actually. But back then, it didn't even occur to people. They weren't long gone.
yeah, I've told the story before. But my cousin, when I said I didn't watch Wonder Woman, or and I had like a reason. I don't like Wonder Woman. Like I don't think it's a very interesting character. And I don't like what they've done to Miss Marvel, a character that I liked. And she's like, oh. Yeah, exactly. She was like, oh, you seem like someone who wouldn't like female characters. And then I just gave her and her husband like a long speech explaining why it's impossible for Disney to put out a good female character. And the fact that the reason they think it's good is just because they've let their standards of what is good degrade so far that they're willing to have women like disrespected to a comical degree where they're like these sad costumes of characters because they're like beholden to some greater authority that will call them sexist if they say it's not good.
Yes.
And that, like, it, you know. And I was like, I was like, I don't have to see the movie to know that it's not a good movie, because I've seen other movies they've made, and if they had deviated from what they've done before, I probably would have seen like an article about it. I was like, did they do anything to like have the character get into like real trouble? Did they ever beat up the female character? Does she get hit at all? Does she ever get hurt? It's like,
Yeah.
and you know, it wasn't like a, you know, the point of the story isn't that I like owned these libtards super hard. It's like it was a sobering moment for them. They realized they had been just eating diarrhea for breakfast every single day, and they agreed with me, and then we had a conversation about what would make a good superhero, female superhero movie. And I talked about how Alita was good because they weren't afraid to beat up the main character, and like the easiest cheat.
And they had you actually empathize with the main character instead of just telling you you're supposed to empathize with them.
Yeah, like the biggest cheat you can have to making a character sympathetic is to introduce the character at a low point. And it's like very formulaic, right? You see it a lot, but it does work. It still does work. It's, you know.
Yeah. Well, you need something like, you need a certain level of relatability, whether that be, you know, surface level or whether that be an emotional relatability. That's why they start characters at a low point, because a lot of people have been at those low points in their life, and emotionally they can relate to it. And it feels good, emotionally, once again, to see the characters to succeed.
What does Arrow do?
Do you have it equipped?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that didn't explain it. miniature tornado that launches target into the air and can even be used to shield the user.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and not use it, because it seems like trash. I mean, if I could equip it, it would be good, but it's not equipped, so... Or it could be good, potentially, in theory.
Arrow is a protect higher levels do chip damage. Let's see, Lucky Draw says, I had an acquaintance read a draft of my one story, called me sexist because I make it clear that the 5-foot-tall woman isn't able to outreach strength a 7-foot-tall orc. You don't say.
Yeah. Well, I think that's still a useful person to... Yeah, you could still get useful critique out of that person, but they're obviously not, like... They're obviously not, like, operating in reality, right? Like, they're not, like, a useful... You should know that their opinion is going to be, like, wildly, incorrect. But...
To see the first Wonder Woman, but it was another one of those movies that just was not very good at grabbing my attention. Then again, I've never been super interested in Wonder Woman.
Why the fuck did I even die?
Our Honeydew says, funny thing is Zack Snyder ghost directed Wonder Woman the first one, but had to be taken back since that's when the optics started taking hold and a man-directed female superhero was blasphemy. Patty Jenkins was given full control and complete creative freedom for Wonder Woman 2.
And then ruined it, I guess?
I guess so.
I think if you're someone who's going to be comfortable taking a job based on being a woman, you're probably incompetent.
Never says, then 1984 Wonder Woman got rapey. Yeah. It did have a little bit of a rapey plot. That person said small lady's character shtick is that she ends up using a long quarterstaff so she can take advantage of leverage, maneuverability, magic, etc.
Is that the
critique from the tiny woman versus 7-foot orc? In actuality, fighting is a little bit more complicated. You're not going to do the perfect thing every single time.
There's no... it also doesn't make any sense. Like, there's... leverage? What? From being smaller? Well, here's some leverage for you.
Draw said, no, that's my point, not what they said. Bad wording, sorry. So that was the compromise that you said back to the critique, is that, oh, well, later on she's able to, like, do more with a quarterstaff.
Yeah, but it's precisely that sort of angle of being like, let me just start over.
Not that you really have to compromise with a silly critique like that. It's like, oh, the female character is too weak. It's like, yeah, some girls are too weak to do anything.
Yeah, if every character is, there's, it's good for characters to overcome stuff, but if they're strong from the beginning, then you don't really get to see that. You have other problems like later if that's the only kind of thing you're doing. Then you have this like weird wharf effect show up where like there's always new stuff introduced that's always stronger than what was there previously.
Well, the girl says she overcomes
Christ.
it. Mind blown. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yes, defensive magic is garbage. Better just to heal. Maybe if I can cast it quickly, it'd be different, but it seems like I take a hit to cast it, and then it doesn't really do anything, probably because it's like physical damage reduction.
We're the champs!
Woo! Confetti. Power of stars. And gravity. Nice.
Okay, but the tournament's not on, so I have to like, leave and come back.
Chaos Mash says the tournaments are perfect for grinding XP.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want a warpy dorpy?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll see what the new worlds are and then stop.
Good night, Gabe. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, good night.
Look, suspicious. Maybe it leads to another world.
multiple. Not fun more. Oh, goddamn. Oh my god, they're really going at you. Okay, start.
I picked those up before. They don't do anything.
Oh.
Just like some useless item.
Boo.
It's like a cockpit or something.
Alright, good night, Joseph. We'll see you next time as well.
Yeah, catch you later. I think I might just skip to Kingdom Hearts 2 next time.
Okie dokie.
Maybe if there's a good world or something interesting in the next area. Otherwise, the more I play this game, the more I hate it. Don't make
I'm
me
sure
do
the
this
hard
again.
mode
Jesus
doesn't really help.
Christ. Okay, I'm done.
Alright. Call it a stream.
Alright. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I have a kind of happy story, I suppose.
Hell yeah.
I guess I have two. Or three, maybe. Kind of. Yeah, so the far right won in Slovakia, so good for Slovakia, I suppose. That happened a while ago, though, apparently. So,
Yes.
part of the whole, like, red wave in Europe, I guess. And then I was at this restaurant picking up food. It was pretty empty, so you could kind of hear the there was only like one, like it was like a Chinese place. There was like a dad there with his son, and the dad was like telling his son stuff and like telling him stories and giving him advice and stuff. And like telling him how to be attractive to girls, or like how to act to be attractive to girls. I think just generally telling him, I don't know,
Fatherly advice.
yeah, it was just like fatherly advice, and it was kind of nice to see. The kid didn't have his phone out. The kid was clearly at the end of his ADD, like he was like squirming, trying to like pay attention to stuff, and like not quite there. I guess that's like the next generation sort of issue. I've seen a bunch of kids that are kind of ADD like that, but I think it's not like incurable.
Yeah.
You can learn to focus on stuff and like make your brain work for you.
Still hope.
A lot of people take ADD and like turn it around to be more productive. I'm an example of that, I guess. But yeah. So I don't know. Or at least more productive than people with undiagnosed ADD. I've got ADD, but in a bunch of situations I've been much more productive than my peers. So I don't know. It's not like it's not a death sentence to all productivity. The other thing my friend John was telling me about was Was it'll take 2 to 3 streams just to get through Roxas's part. Yes, but that's because I like Roxas's. I don't know. I like Twilight Town. It's so cute. But anyway. My friend John was telling me in Japan, to combat their low birth rates, they instituted some kind of thing called like family planning town council, but in Japanese, so it sounds less stupid. And it's anyone who's young in the town who is planning to have children. They go to this meeting and they get advice from people who have already had kids and different people in the town that offer like infrastructure or babysitting or just or like people who are willing to like donate supplies to have kids or whatever, or people who are like concerned about the birth rate in Japan and want to increase it and therefore are willing to financially contribute even though they can't have kids. And so all these people donate their time to help out people that are planning on having kids, and it's just like giving them strategies and like just walking them through like what they're going to do without it being a top 10 list from like just Googling it. And since they've been implemented, the birth rates in Japan have doubled. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's so good to hear.
and a bunch of countries are copying it. Not in the cities in France, but in like small towns in France, they're copying it. So like actual French people are implementing this. Hungary is doing this obviously, and Hungary's birth rate it increased sort of significantly, but not as much as Japan. I think they were at 1.2, so like just barely above replacement, and they went up to 1.6. So that's like it's just over 1.5. Some other countries also started doing it and saw results.
Yeah, better to do that than to try to increase population by taking immigrants and refugees from other countries that don't really agree with your values.
Yeah, no, that's horrifying in so many different ways. But yeah, suffice to say, Japan has figured their shit out. I mentioned the other day there was some protest in Japan, some demonstration following the Ireland thing, where there was all these people in the streets like protesting immigration in Japan. And I didn't realize they'd taken in any immigrants, but they apparently had. They'd taken in 29 from the Middle East. And there was this giant, there was all these students who were like protesting it, dressed up in, like rising sun outfits, and explaining to people on the street what was going on, just informing them. And then a bunch of people joined the protest, just hearing about it. We're like, I don't have anything to do right now. Let's march. And then they just gathered around like government buildings and were like,
don't do that.
very upset. And the government of Japan, you know what they did? Did they call everyone a racist, sexist, homophobe, and then tell them we're gonna do it anyway? Mm-hmm. They said, sorry, my apologies. We made a mistake. You're right. You're correct. And we're gonna send them all home, right now.
Let's get rid of them.
We're gonna send them home today. We're just gonna put them back on a plane and send them out of here.
Hell yeah.
And now Japan's like immigration is like 0. And they don't even want to take in Koreans. They're like working on robots. They've been working on robots to take care of senior citizens instead of give green cards to Korean nurses. But I guess that's why Japan is nice, because they're like figuring out how to exist as a country without having to like supplement their country with other countries. Which is nice to see. I wonder what their recycling is. I'm sure they have some crazy recycling system, because they have so much plastic in all their products, and they don't have enough land to be dumping everything.
They have like everything individually wrapped when you get like a bag of something. I don't know how they do it.
I bet they have some crazy recycling system. They can't be incinerating all that.
Maybe
I mean, they could
ship
be.
it all to China, and then China just dumps it in the ocean.
Yeah, so China for a long time was we were paying China to take our recycling, and then they would take the recycling and then they would dump it into the ocean off the coast of other Asiatic countries, that they didn't like. So it's like invading their country's waters, like basically like a military violation. They would just dump garbage and then have it float on shore and ruin like coastal towns with that to economically attack other Asian countries like Thailand and
Right.
yeah.
No good.
I think the Philippines too. I think they did that to them a couple times. So anyway, all the recycling in California. I don't know if they do it still, but for a long time, California being like, "Yay, we're pro environment," was just like dumping garbage on time.
Well, recycling is also racist.
Yeah, that's like a more like fringe thing. If anyone could find that's such a bizarre belief.
It is very bizarre.
It was taught mainstream in my class, right? But yeah, it's got to be such a fringe belief that if someone could actually track down that paper, they would know the college that I went to, because it's got to be so out there. I can't believe that. I wouldn't believe there's more than one professor that would put that up as an idea. But
Yeah. Japan does allow immigration to an extent. It's just to fill jobs, and once they aren't needed, they go back to their country. Also, you have to learn Japanese and get a license to drive. Yeah. I wish we were much more strict about immigration in the States. It's a shame that they try to make it try to market it as being unkind, to be more strict about who you let in your country. It's like, shouldn't we have standards? I think we should.
I hear McDonald's is better in Japan. I haven't been to Japan, but I can tell you fast food in other countries, it typically is much better.
Higher standards, once again.
It's like, I don't know, there's just a certain standard in other countries
I mean,
for...
like, whether or not fast food is decent or not, also, more often, the best that a fast food place can be really does depend on the location and who's working there. Because sometimes, I would say most of the time, a lot of the teenagers working at fast food places in America, they don't really give a shit if you get food poisoning or not.
Yeah.
So, they'll just get it out as fast as possible and not really care about the quality of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, realistically, kids who don't care like that should be punished and fired and shamed. And
they shouldn't be hired in the first place.
And their family should be ashamed of them, right? And then people who do a good job shouldn't be made fun of as someone trying hard at a fast food joint. They should be respected for, doing a good job, whatever they're doing.
They should be treated well.
It's something that we had in the 50s, which was like people respecting everybody working hard at whatever job it was like a common notion, and it's like very linked to masculinity, and therefore it was like a very attacked thing where it's like, if you're not an actor, you're a loser. Like pretty much everywhere in the US it's like, if you're not an actor, you're a loser.
If you're not a somebody.
I even hear people like make fun of engineers and like programmers, and it's like, dude, they make a bunch of money, bro. Like, what fucking what? And they can, like, I don't know, engineer shit.
But yeah, especially a lot of locations where they're putting fast food chains are like kind of shittier locations, so the people going to get fast food are not the type of people who would treat you well, which is unfortunate,
Yeah. Anyway, I went to England, and the KFC was way better than here. Like, it was like real food. Their American style food is absolute dog shit garbage. It's so bad, I immediately was like, this is not made for human consumption. It's so disgusting. They have no idea what a burger is. They absolutely none. I went to like a nice burger place that was like, nice, new. It was nice, new, in like a really nice part of London, and it was dog shit terrible. There was little bits of fat. There was little bits of like kind of cartilage or something, like in the burger. Like, it wasn't like ground meat. Like, it wasn't ground well enough. There was like bits of fat in it, like big. And this isn't a steak. This is a burger. and it was so greasy it had soaked the bottom bun. Like it had soaked it. It was dripping out the middle of the bun. Like it wasn't dripping out the sides. It was like dripping out the middle. And it was so bad that like I think, but I would almost never do this. The waitress was like, "Oh, how's the food?" And I was like, "Oh, this is." I was like, "It's way worse than back home."
This is awful. You guys eat this? My God.
Just like, yeah, it was so bad. But you know, and then like, it just depends on where you are. Kind of is like the quality of food you get.
Yeah.
My friends from the south, they were like, "Oh, the wings up here are no good," and I was like, "Oh, it's probably just because you're in the south, you get better quality wings or whatever." They were saying Buffalo Wild Wings.
Better.
Yeah, they were saying Buffalo Wild Wings isn't good, and I was like, that's like the best wings you can get around here from like a chain, basically.
Yeah, right.
They were like, Wingstop is okay, and it's like I hear people go like,
Wingstop is best. Maybe Wingstop is tops.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Wingstop is okay.
They were like, Hooters has bad wings, and it's like that's the only thing they have.
That's
Although
good.
I've gone to Hooters like more recently, meaning like past. I took you to Hooters at one time, and it was like bad. Like the wings were like, I think you were like, "Oh, this isn't that bad," and I was like, it's worse than it was. It's like,
yeah, you were hyping up the wings.
Yeah,
and
I
you
was
were disappointed.
I was hyping up the wings, and I was like, listen, this is not a representation of normal Hooters wings.
Wingstop is mid. No one goes to Hooters for the food.
The wings were literally invented in Buffalo. No one goes to Hooters for the food. You listen here. The Hooters that I used to go to, they had like broke ass faces, dude.
Yeah.
You're not.
The girl, even when we went to the Hooters, the girls were not sexy looking. They were just very average. They just looked like people working.
Yeah, it wasn't. There's not. We're like. There's this idea that like Hooters is like a strip club or something. There's just like normal ass bitches there. There's like one time I went with friends and they were kind of like trying to do the sexy thing, and it was, I think on certain days they try to be like extra.
They try to get those tips.
Yeah, like Fridays or something. I don't know. Whenever we went, that was like a busier day. They had like different people there, and they were trying to be whatever. And they like wrote it was like like Amy or something on the check, and then like or like Tiffany or Candy, and then they like with a big heart in like a gel pen, and it was like, this is so degrading. I'm gonna give you less of a tip. How dare you? How dare you condescend to me with your like heart on the receipt?
Yeah, right. And funny enough, our friends, when they were talking about good wings, they were talking about Twin Peaks being much better than Hooters as far as quality.
England eats like the Germans are still flying over. Damn.
Or Honeydew says, "Oh God, can you imagine going to Hooters and getting the non-binary feminist waitress?" I would find it shocking that they would be even working there.
No, there's still like the world has not run out of giga sluts. I wouldn't worry about going to Hooters and getting like.
Yeah, but being feminist and working at Hooters seems kind of like a contradiction.
No. It depends on which like branch of the skill tree you went down. You could go down the sex negative skill path, or you go the sex positive skill path. Sex negative is the ugly feminists, and sex positive are the ugly feminists who just like drag their labia down the street just like a troll, just leaving a trail like a snail.
Jeez.
They're like they just like sleep around a lot.
Yeah.
And so they want justification through their ideology, so they spec into sex positive. So they would work at Hooters. There's people with there's definitely girls I've met with a fascination for like everything related to being a goddamn whore. So they talk about going to Hooters and like, I'm a girl, I want to go to Hooters, and it's like, are you a lesbian? And they're like, no. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
We'll
I'm.
find out after I come out of Hooters.
Maybe I'm a quadrabi. Or like whatever, you know. So. Yeah. No, you can still find this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Hooters is under attack. Not anymore. I think that's like it's kind of an old sort of.
Yeah. Well, what they need, they need to get that rebranded and be like, oh, we have waitresses of all kinds. We're diversifying.
Yeah.
You know, like what they did with the Victoria's Secret Angels, with their show that was a horrible failure. It's like, yes, we have fat angels now.
There's also girls that are into there's also like feminist girls that are into Playboy too. Like Playboy magazine was like feminist according to some. Like I had a history teacher in high school, and she was like, the feminist is Playboy, and it's like, I don't know, dude. I think you got scammed. I think you got scammed out of your dignity, and you're trying to like come up with some excuses, but it's like, no.
I think they just want to eat fish.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
guess we should be wrapping up stream.
Yeah, those are my happy stories. Japan is this cute little family council thing, and I saw a dad being a dad. It was nice.
Woo!
So.
Alright. So, I hope you guys enjoyed more Kingdom Hearts. Maybe we'll switch it up next stream, do something different. Who knows? Vote in the comments section. But for now, I'll say good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Anyway. Catch you guys.